I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. It's Election Day in some Flagler County communities. John Arking has more.
Residents in 3 Flagler County municipalities are going to the polls today. Voters in Beverly Beach, Bunnell, and Flagler Beach will be casting ballots between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Flagler County Supervisor of Elections, Katie Lenhart.
City of Bunnell voters will be voting at the Coquina City Hall. That's on US 1, right behind what was the old courthouse. And if you live in Beverly Beach or Flagler Beach, they're voting at the City of Flagler Beach City Commission Room. So that's on South Daytona Avenue. You'll see the voting signs right out front, and both cities are participating and voting in the same location. We have it split out, so they're welcome to attend on beachside there. Anybody who's living within the city limits of Beverly Beach or Flagler Beach are eligible to vote today.
In Bunnell, 3 city commission seats are up for election, while voters will also determine the outcome of 7 city charter amendments. In Flagler Beach, voters will select 2 city commissioners, while Beverly Beach voters will choose 3 town commissioners. Complete details are online at flaglerelections.com. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
This portion of Flagler's Morning News brought to you by the Daytona Beach International Airport, Delta Airlines nonstop to Atlanta, and starting in May, nonstop flights to New York City via American Airlines.
Flagler County Commissioners have rejected a plan to purchase the old Sears building to use as a satellite office for the tax collector. Commissioners voted down taking out a more than $2 million loan that would have been used to finance the purchase of the building on Palm Coast Parkway, as well as provide new financial software and gear for firefighters. Commissioner Dave Sullivan had switched from supporting the plan to being an opponent. He says government is making a bad habit of buying private property, taking it off the tax roll, and converting it to government use. He pointed to the Sheriff's Office Operations Center, which has recently been found to have mold, validating employees' claims of illness. But the county administration insists they are under an obligation to buy the building since exercising the option in November. But Sullivan didn't buy that, saying it's a deal that favors county staff and real estate connections over taxpayers. Sullivan says he doesn't care if denial of purchase leads to a lawsuit and a settlement. Commission Chairman Donald O'Brien agreed somewhat, saying the need for the building isn't proven, but he stopped short of saying they shouldn't buy it. County Attorney Al Hadid also reinforced the county is well past the point of canceling the purchase. Homelessness in Flagler County will be the topic of discussion at a public safety meeting next week. The Public Safety Coordinating Council will hear from an array of voices, including Jeff White with the Volusia-Flagler Coalition on Homeless, Solinka McIntosh with the Salvation Army, Dave Krepcho with the Second Harvest Food Bank, as well as Flagler County Social Services. Commissioner Joe Mullins called homelessness an important but complicated topic. He hopes having all of the resources in one room will foster a worthwhile discussion. The council meets at 8:45 a.m. March 13th at the Emergency Operations Center.
With the public safety meeting next week and all the talk about the homeless camp behind the library in Palm Coast, this week on WNZF we follow the lives of 2 members of the homeless community in Flagler County.
When you're homeless, there's not much room for stuff, and it's hard to keep things. We introduced you to Apple and Phyllis, who are both homeless and living on the streets in Flagler County. Apple says she misses one thing:
clothes.
She laughs at the thought of weighing 170 pounds at one time, but is now down to 110 pounds and can find things that she likes to wear.
They have to, kind of keep me away from the clothes or I'll fill my whole tent.
Apple says she also collects clothes to give to others who are homeless. And what about Phyllis? She lives in her car, and there's little space. She has to get rid of almost everything.
The only thing I can keep is clothes and snacks. It feels like the stuff growing in your car because it feels like you get claustrophobic. It's hard to have stuff in there because there's just no room for you.
Phyllis says that's when she has to throw stuff out and start over again. Tomorrow, meet a panhandler and find out how you can help a panhandler. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
If you have an eye for photography, then Palm Coast wants you. Tony Magoo explains.
Can you show what makes Palm Coast special in a photograph? Well, right now through July 6th, the city of Palm Coast is holding the Find Your Florida 2019 Photography Contest. Photographs submitted for the contest will be used by the city for marketing, promotional, and public relations purposes, and prizes will be awarded. The theme of the contest is Find Your Florida in Palm Coast. Winning photos will illustrate what makes Palm Coast special. The city wants to share that. First, second, and third place will be awarded, plus a special award for a new category, special events. There's also a youth category with an award for the best photo taken by a youth aged 17 and younger. Winning photographs will be displayed on the city's website, and winning photographers will be recognized at a meeting of the Palm Coast City Council. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.